As a new notion, America needed to understand its population and resources to plan for growth. In 1820, officials counted citizens and tracked money, creating the data that would guide the country's economic future. A census is simply an official count of how many people live in an area. Census data helped leaders determine representation in government, calculate taxes, and distribute resources fairly. Growing populations attracted investors because more people meant more workers, customers, and opportunities for profit. America was about to transform from a nation of farmers into a land of factories and machines. Fields and farms gave way to factories and smokestacks as workers moved from plowing soil to operating machinery. Farming societies relied on land and crops, while industrial societies centered on factories and manufactured goods. New technology made production faster and cheaper, which naturally increased profits for manufacturers. Rapid growth demanded better machines, which required organized workers, which then needed faster ways to move goods to market. Revolutionary ideas about manufacturing were about to change how Americans made everything. Workers gathered in centralized factories, assembling mechanical parts at shared tables under one roof. Quick assembly, easy repairs, and lower costs all combined to create unprecedented efficiency in manufacturing. Interchangeable parts and the factory system worked hand in hand, each making the other more effective. For factories to succeed, they needed steady supplies of raw materials and reliable ways to transport finished products. Meanwhile, the South was experiencing its own economic revolution centered on a single crop. Cotton fields stretched across the South, where new machinery processed massive quantities of cotton as regional differences deepened. The cotton gin made production faster, which made cotton more profitable, which led farmers to plant even more. As the South's economy became tied to agriculture and slavery, regional loyalty intensified and divided the nation. Moving goods efficiently across long distances required a network of waterways connecting the growing economy. Canals with locks allowed boats loaded with goods to navigate across uneven terrain, creating smooth transportation routes. Canals made shipping affordable, allowing goods to move long distances without breaking the bank. These waterways connected farms producing crops, factories making goods, and cities full of customers. Better transportation sparked more trade, encouraged westward migration, and created demand for even more routes. Overland roads joined the transportation network, linking areas that waterways couldn't reach. Travelers paid tolls to use privately maintained roads, which offered smoother and faster journeys than rough public paths. Private turnpikes and government-funded projects worked together to build the roads America needed. Improved roads meant goods, people, and ideas could flow freely across the expanding nation. A comprehensive plan emerged to strengthen the economy through both government support and business freedom. The strategy combined a national bank, protective tariffs, infrastructure funding, and free enterprise to fuel industrial growth. The American system had three pillars: tariffs protecting domestic industry, a national bank managing finances, and funding for infrastructure. Free enterprise encouraged businesses to compete and innovate with minimal government interference. These economic policies expanded manufacturing, increased trade, and attracted investment for decades to come. As America's economy grew, it faced conflicts over international trade and threats to its independence. Trade bans protected national interests, but hurt the very businesses they were meant to help. When foreign powers forced American sailors into military service, tensions escalated toward potential war. Legal and military systems evolved to maintain order and protect constitutional principles during expansion. Civilian courts upheld constitutional law, while military tribunals enforced discipline within the armed forces. Judicial review gave the Supreme Court power to strike down unconstitutional laws, preserving the balance of government. Military courts maintained discipline and accountability within the armed forces, especially during wartime. The nation's greatest test was approaching, as regional differences threatened to tear the Union apart. The industrial North and agricultural South grew apart, with some states considering whether to leave the Union entirely. As regional loyalty deepened, some states began seriously considering withdrawal from the United States. Industrial growth, different regional economies, and political disagreements combined to threaten the nation's survival.